Oh, there was another thing too I wanted to talk about. So after that show, with the geologist talking, that was confirmation to what I'm talking about with the event and stuff. Then this show came on called I don't know, something about fuck Kevin. I can't remember what it, but it has the same girl from Schitt's Creek. I like that girl. And it's weird because she looks so much like this other girl. I don't know. I get really in my head when I see these actresses and stuff, and especially when it's like, 2 or 3 generations apart and they look exactly like another one, and that we're a science project, and they're doing cloning, and I don't know. I mean, even if a person grew up and thought like these are their real parents and don't know they're a clone, I mean, like, that's possible. I mean, they've shown it in shows. That means if they've shown it in a show, it's real. They've really done that. They aren't that creative. They show us what's really going on. That's what they show us. That's what they entertain us with, the truth. But you have to, they manipulate the truth so that we can't see it clearly. But yeah, that's their truth box and their programming machine. But in this show, the thing I liked about it was it's kind of like a profound of what's going on right now with the relationships and stuff and people breaking up and stuff. But I love how this one shows, because so you have, this is like in New England, so they have this super thick accents, like Boston. And the girl, she just wants more. She just, it just feels like, is this all there is? This is it? This is my life? And she's very frustrated. And, she wants to sit in a coffee shop and read a book and, have real conversation with the waitress. It's not like she's asking for a lot. Her life is so, and her husband is, he reminds me kind of Ozzie and Harriet. No, it wasn't Ozzie and Harriet. It was, wasn't Laurel and Hardy. It was those two, I can see them. I can see their faces so perfect. What is their names? I don't know why I got Laurel and Hardy so stuck in my head. Maybe it is Laurel and Hardy. I'd have to look it up. But anyways, it was that one. He's going to send you to the moon, Alice. I'll send you to the moon, Alice. The guy looks like that guy. I can't think of what his name is. No. Anyways, he looks like that guy. So it's kind of like, and he's is selfish and self-centered. What is that? Not like a misogynist, but like looks at women like that way. Just like, I don't even know. And I know there's guys that are really like this. I know there's women who really married to guys like this, and that they really do feel this emptiness. This guy's just so satisfied with watching football on Sunday with his friends, and his anniversary is a big old party of everybody beer bonging it, instead of, doing anything for his wife. But he's quick to tell what he wants, and he's always focused on what he wants, spent their savings without telling her and stuff. So he's just so selfish. And at one point he says, something happened, and he has a little board that he writes it on, but it's like Kevin 694 life 3. So he has this attitude, like he's got a total handle on life. He's happy as hell. He's satisfied. He's happy. Like, what's wrong with her? And can you see, like, how, I mean, there's nothing wrong with either one. I mean, like, that's great. He's got a good attitude. He's happy. Doesn't take much to make him happy. He's just happy. And, he doesn't think a lot about her. She's more like, no, what's wrong with you? Maybe you need to have a beer. And, she's just like, I want more. And it's something inside of her that's pushing her to want more. Her soul is pushing her, to leave this thing that doesn't make you happy and go out and explore. Find what does make you happy. Go out there and get your groove on. Go, what is that? Eat, pray, love your life. Don't just be willing to sacrifice your life for someone else when you don't align with them. And so many people, and this is where I talk about with the bad relationships, so many people get together at a different time in their life and they don't grow together. They grow separate. They grow apart because what drew them together 10, 15 years ago is not there anymore. They're different people. Life changed them, which, thank God. Who wants to be the same? Who wants to be the same 25 and 65, Jesus Christ, you were missing some stuff if you're the same person do that. So, it's a natural transition to grow out of relationships, to change, to not align with somebody, your whole life. That is, that's natural. And you don't have to force. I mean, this is a comedy show. So, she just wants to go and get rid of him. She thinks that's going to make her whole life complete. I don't know where the show's going. I've only seen 2 episodes. I'm hoping that it's on Hulu and I can find it because I do want to keep watching it because it is, it's interesting about the relationships because it doesn't just show those relationships. It shows other relationships and they're also real and raw to real life. And, I like, to me, I say it all the time. I like how the universe has got it's the hand of God with the different things that are coming in at the same time that this other stuff is happening. So, a show that really has you examine these things in life where you really have to look at there's nothing wrong with this girl because she wants more. There's nothing wrong with this guy because he's satisfied to live in the same town that his grandparents lived in and have his same friends that he's had his whole life. There's nothing wrong with any of it. But we all get so paired up against each other, like one plan is better than the other. And, we all need to accept one another. And that's the thing with relationships too, is that we have to be willing to go with the ebb and the flow of a relationship. And, just because somebody needs time away from somebody else and needs to go grow doing something away from these people doesn't mean that she won't eventually come back to these people. That's another thing in the show too, is somebody who did do that and they have come back. So I don't know, as the show progresses, if they're going to, lead her down that way. I have no idea what they're going to have her do. I mean, she could just, murder her husband and that's what it's about. I don't know. But it's got some really good stuff in it about relationships and how we should be looking at them differently. And, I don't know if that's what they're trying to do, but to me, at this time of healing in most people's minds, in that show coming out right now, that is what it is doing. So, and, just like all of this stuff about ghosts and spirits and aliens, I mean, they're pushing hard on the agenda of what to be scared of. But so many people are starting to see, if I had, this one TikTok girl, I think she's British. She talks and you can hear her accent. She could be Australian. Sometimes I can't tell with those. And there's certain words I can tell, but when they're just saying some stuff. And so when she's doing her TikToks, she's got her kitchen cabinets are opening and closing, drawers opening, stuff flying out and stuff. To me, if I had some ghost that was that active, I don't know, I would be my pet ghost. I would totally be like, oh, would you go make my bed? Hey, could you turn on the shower for me? Get it a little warm, not too hot. I would interact with that energy. That's what I did when I was younger. And I said, and that ghost was so active in my house. And My friend brought over those kids, to go to the scary haunted house, and I told the ghost to turn off the lights, and the ghost did. If you interact with this energy and don't be scared of it, the more you get scared of it, the more you are creating this fearful energetic. If you relax and you calm down and you're just like, oh, so who are you? What are you doing here? Am I in your house or are you in my house? And we shouldn't be so caught up in fearing of the unknown, of what we can't see. We should trust a lot more. And I think if you go in your inner guidance and you get out of like the concepts that they've sold us in movies of what we need to be in fear of, and you relax, then you start seeing, it could be for that lady, it could be a grandparent, it could be an ex. Another thing that I thought of too is, when we leave an energetic imprint, so say you live somewhere, as a child, and a very traumatic event happens, but nobody dies, but something really bad happens, that you've left that energy behind. So are you a scary, powerful ghost? Are you just this energetic imprint that was left there of like your pain and suffering that just went into the matter, the furniture, the walls, the everything that could capture it, that held on to that energy, because it was powerful energy when it happened. And so it's like, how many people are in fear of ghosts that are still alive, But it could also be, a grandparent trying to get you to notice, hey, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. It could be a dead uncle. It could be anybody. But we get so caught up in it's a scary monster that's out to kill us. Well, what's it going to do? Throw a fork at you? And you can, if you've got a lot of stuff going on in your house, you can command the energy. You have dominion, you have power. There's universal laws out there. And so, but you've got to believe it. It's not going to work for you if you don't believe it. Just like if you go out in the sun and you believe the sun's going to give you cancer, you're damn straight you're going to get cancer. And, when I go to the doctor, they're always like wanting to burn stuff off my face. And they'll say, oh, it's pre-cancer, pre-cancer. And basically, it's just little growths that you get on your skin, especially like I'm one of those people who's super freckly, lots of moles. So I had growth since I was little. And so they get these growths on your face, and I'll get them burned off. I'm vain enough. I don't want growths on my face. But the pre-cancer, is a possibly, maybe sometime in the future could maybe turn into cancer. It's like, I don't know. I know that there's people who have died of skin cancer. I don't know, their whole thing. There's people who are dying of cancer all the time. And I think that is a challenge that their soul came in to experience. And I think all of the different things, everything that we can come up with that to us sounds like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. That's so tragic. That it is an experience. So why are we labeling it? Why are we deciding it's bad? Good comes out of a lot of bad experiences. So, that's why we got to get out of this idea that something's all good or all bad. It's got both sides. It's both things. We're all good and bad. That's part of the spiritual enlightenment, is to realize your own self. You have good and bad. You got to love yourself. You got to see yourself for who you are. Love yourself, and then you can love others, because you can see there is no good or bad. It just is what it is. And we all have both sides. Everything has both sides. And, if you're going to focus, she woke us up this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. So but she's getting a good rest in. So yeah, she's 4 hours. She's been sleeping more. Anyways, so just, just the more you can just focus on yourself, the more it will get you in a better place. And, and seeing the sides of yourself that you don't like about yourself, just face them. It's not as horrible as it may sound. Well, it can be horrible. And that's another thing I want to say real quick too, is, if I'm somebody who some people find as a super downer or whatever, and, super negative, I really am sorry if I come across that way. I have all the empathy and compassion and understanding in the world, but I don't sugarcoat stuff. I say it the way I see it, and I can't pretend I see it different. There's not a woman in the world that I've seen that's pregnant that I've ever said, "Oh, it's so wonderful, it's so beautiful, it doesn't even hurt." No, I'm a truth teller, and that's just the way it is. And I don't like to be called a liar at all. I don't think there's anybody who sees themselves as being an honest person that wants to be called a liar by anybody. So, okay. If you know about some of my other ones, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so anyways, have a great day. And I don't know if this was a good place to end, but that's how it rolls when you have a brain injury. So I guess if you listen to my videos, you get the whole full experience of what it's like to have a brain injury. It's hard to keep track. It's hard to remember what you're talking about. You skip around. So, okay, have a great day. Talk to you later.